video, but going to go over a couple things on Fantrax. And the most important thing, though, is make sure you're replying to John's email. So John sent out a few automated emails and then a personal email about the draft date. So the league will have an initial draft for us to fill our rosters. And it's looking like the 14th is going to be that day because that's the day so far that everybody can do it. So make sure you're replying to that stuff, and especially if you can't. One thing we're not 100% sure on is how it'll auto draft for you. So your team might suck real bad if you're not there on the draft date. So make sure we're there. I'm sharing my screen here. So John sent out the link to the rules page from Fantrax. This is the league rules summary off Fantrax. I'm just going to run through some real things. The general things are all real obvious. Head-to-head league. Playoffs might be moved up just a touch, just because that'll run us into April, which is usually late where people are resting. But we'll have all this finalized before we start the draft, obviously. Not much has changed that anything is used to. Instead of 10 starters, we're going to have 8 starters. So the starting 5, a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, and then 3 flex positions, but with 2 more bench spots. So roster sizes are basically the same. One thing that's a little new is you'll have 5 injured reserve spots. And so the league will be weekly, except Fantrax allows that if someone gets hurt, you can sub them out in the middle of the week. So if Durant goes down on a Tuesday, you can move Durant to the bench and someone from the bench up on Tuesday or on Wednesday or whatever, as long as Durant is actually injured. So there shouldn't be any limitations there, and should kind of fix up all the issues we ran into before. Same 9 categories. Everything's one weight. No real issues with claims, drops, trades. All that is the same. You can do 3-team trades right on Fantrax. There's no workarounds there. Same blind free agent bidding as we've always done in the past. So you get $100, in free agent auction bidding. Anything you bid on becomes salary, and that goes against the salary cap. So salary cap of 100, minimum bid is $1, and there's no 0.5s this year. So everything is up, rounded to the nearest dollar, and there is no rounding. Everything is just even dollars this year. So this is the thing that is slightly different than in the past. So we're giving everyone $95 out of the 100 to go into the initial auction with. That way, if you accidentally spend it all during the auction, you'll still have $5 of wiggle room to do ads, drops during the season, and all that jazz. You do not have to spend all 95 if you don't want, but every dollar you spend becomes salary, and then we'll go against the salary cap. So the initial contracts are going to be either 1 or 2 year long. So you can just pick for everybody. So when we're bidding in the auction, you're going to bid what you want their base salary to be. So if you get Kevin Durant for $30, then Kevin Durant is going to make $30 million. You then, after the draft, will tell us whether you want that to be a 1 or 2 year contract. All contracts are flat, so it'll be 30-30 for first year, second year. Or if you only want them for 1 year, it's just 30 for this year, and then it'll be a free agent. Contracts are automated in Fantrax by this system. So anybody who has had at least 2 years on a contract will be up for a contract extension. So after the second year, this is allow contract extensions. Yes, contract options after 2 years. So after the second year, if Durant was 30-30, after that second year, you will have the choice to extend Durant instead of throw him back into the free agent pool. So if you want to keep him for another 2 years, you will add however many years you're extending him times 3 to his salary. So if you draft Durant this year, it'll say Durant first, meaning the first year of his contract. Durant second will be the second year of his contract. And then when you extend him, so there'll be 30-30 for first and second. When you extend him, if you're going to extend him 2 years, 2 times 3 is 6 plus the 30. So his new contract will be 36-36 for the next 2 years. And instead of, this will say, instead of saying first or second, it'll change to the year that the contract is terminated. So everyone can only be extended once. And then instead of saying first or second, that contract will change to the year that the contract is up. So Durant first, Durant second will each be 30. And then it'll say Durant 2022, and that'll let everyone know that Durant can no longer be extended. So if you trade him, he can't be extended again because he's already been extended once. So at the end of either his first contract, when someone decides not to extend him, or at the end of an extended contract, the players will go to the free agent pool and be up for an offline free agent or off-season free agent, just like normal. So that's the basics of it. This original draft, it's a regular auction draft. You're going to fill out the roster. Every dollar you bid on somebody is $1 million in salary, and you can bid up to the 95. Although if you spend less than that, that helps you during the season with in-season management of dropping people, adding people, and then anything you bid on somebody in a in-season acquisition, every dollar you bid on them will also go to their salary. So you're going to have 100 in your pool. Let's say you spend 95 during the auction and you bid $10 on somebody in season in a blind auction. Obviously, you don't have that much cap space, so it'll just tell you, after the bid goes through that you didn't have enough. That's why you didn't win. So just keep that in mind, I guess. Random other things, tiebreakers. So 6 teams will make the playoffs. Head-to-head record versus the teams you're tied with. So if 2 or 3 of you are tied, that's the first tiebreaker. If it has to go to a second, most wins in an entire season. And then it has to go to third, randomly selected. During a regular matchup, you can tie, so that's not an issue. And then playoff tiebreaker will be the highest seed. And then Dynasty League. So payouts are all there. We did drop the college bracket. We can still do one, but we dropped it from the payouts. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the rules page go. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, most important thing is to make sure we're good to go with the draft, because that's like 2 weeks from now, and we need everybody to be there for this to be the best experience. So you can play around with your Fantrax pages too. You can customize all these pages. I've used it mostly on mobile, and in here, they've got you click on the little mobile thing and teaches you how to do the mobile app and all that jazz. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, and play around on Fantrax. Throughout the season, we'll do some little videos and have people on talking about stuff, trying to get used to all the new stuff as well. There's the Fantrax HQ up here is kind of like the Yahoo page where they have articles and experts and blah, blah, blah. Press boxes like your updated stuff. And then all these settings, you can have notifications, very specific. Let me know when somebody gets dropped. Let me know when a top player gets dropped. Let me know when there's a trade, and you can click on or off whatever you want. So, yeah, I think it's going to be great for us. Reply to John's email about the draft, obviously. All right, guys. More videos to come. And hope everything goes well. Peace.